But yeah, this is Charles Van Morgan, Unbridled News. We're NBC Unbridled, not a bad con, as opposed to the NBC Nightly News, which is, they ought to drop the N and just call it BC News because they're a bad con. We tell you the truth, unbridled. And so the first stories are about the Glenn Cossida trial is in motion right now. They're trying Glenn Cossida for several different felonies. He's accused of stealing money, setting up a fake shell company and taking tax money from lawmakers and funneling into a company out of Mexico and stealing $52,000. So these lawmakers are allowed to send out mailers to constituents all over the state, to voters, and they send them out, and taxpayers pay for it. It's on your tax dollars. They don't even have to pay for it. It's not strictly listed as political flyers, but they're telling you what the legislature is doing, and they're telling you what they're doing. So it's political mailings that taxpayers pay for. And if you're not an incumbent, like me or somebody I endorse, then you have to pay for your campaign materials. You don't get tax money. So they've been doing that all along. Glenn Cossida and his people that work with him just got caught, and they're still doing that. They can still mail out campaign flyers that aren't listed as campaign flyers. They're technically what the legislature is doing, and they're advertisements for them, and it's paid for by tax money. Now, what Glenn Cossida did is he set up a shell company and solicited these lawmakers to pay him money to mail out the flyers. And what he did was he siphoned off $52,000 worth of that money. And but they're still doing that now. And somebody like me, an outsider, has to pay for my own campaign. But we can beat that money. That's an unlimited amount of tax money. And there's no way we can beat the money, but we can beat their campaigns by friends calling friends, by contacting all. And we can overcome their money because they even get elected off your tax money. You are voting for people and funding people that you don't even give a campaign contribution for, some people that you're against, because they use your campaign tax money to mail out these flyers that are advertisements for them, and a lot of them are mailed out just right before campaigns. So they're literally getting their campaigns financed by your tax dollars, even if it's counter to who you would vote for. The way we can overcome that is if you put us in office, or someone that I would nominate, someone that I would promote, then we'll make laws where we'll stop this, because they're literally taking money out of your pocket. We'll stop these leaflets that they're mailing out, these flyers that Glenn Cossida is taking advantage of too, and filled his pockets, and now he's on trial with that. So moving on to the next thing in the news is, I've heard on Reuters News and several other major news broadcasters that Trump approval ratings are down. I mean, they're really hammering that. His approval ratings are down. And, you know, even Joe Biden's approval rating was down about this time in his campaign, really down because of the great travesty that happened in Afghanistan, the pullout, where soldiers were killed. But the truth of the matter is that these approval ratings are worthless. They don't matter, because the only approval rating that matters is when people went to the voting box, the voting booth, and voted Mr. Trump in. He could have rock bottom approval ratings throughout his whole tenure in the White House, and it wouldn't matter. He's got power, because the approval rating that matters is the one where he got power at the voting booth. So, just like me, for example, I mean, the news media is trying to lower my approval rating even before when I was running, and even if I run again, by all the fake news out about me, which is all fake. It's all false. There's no truth to it. But that doesn't matter. The approval rating that matters, if I run for office or if I nominate somebody to run for office, then the approval rating that matters, and you can ignore the fake news, is the one where you go in the voting booths and vote for who that I recommend, or vote for me if I'm on the ballot. So those are the approval ratings that matter. And the way we can get a good approval rating on election day is contacting all. Friends calling friends and ask them to call their friends. Contact all and ask them to contact all. And we can beat the money, the tax money that they steal from you legally, because they've made laws to allow them to do it. And also beat the fake news by contacting all and ask them to contact all. And we will be able to get into power and make changes to the government, dramatic changes to the government that benefit you. We can lower taxes by not allowing people in office to use your tax money to campaign. I mean, it's like Lil Russell. Tax money put up a yard sign for him on the side of Highway 411, and your tax money paid to put that up. It has his name a road after him, similar to what they do with people that die in wars, acting like he's some great person. And that's just the government saying he's a great person, vote for him, and using your money to say that. And we can stop that by stopping from putting up signs where you have to pay for them, and stop the mailing out of flyers with your tax money for incumbents, and stop a lot of the things that keep people in power that you pay for. So that's the edition of Nightly News Unbridled. Thank you all for listening. May God bless you all. And tune in the next time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We got 73 subscribers right now. Hopefully you'll subscribe so we can get some more. We'll continue to try to have better and better shows, talk about news shows and how they apply to you. God bless y'all. Have a good evening. Until next time. Thank you.